Welcome to the Alkalign Lifestyle School, where luxury meets transformation, where we empower elite minds and bodies to thrive as their true, authentic, divine self. I'm your host and guide today, Fidelis Nook II, and today I'm going to be talking about why you're unworthy of love. Now, I know it sounds harsh, the title, but I'm seeing that there's an epidemic, pretty much, of depression, of sad people, weak-minded people. And let me express to you that this is easily solvable, but the problem is the process of solving it is not as easy. It's easy to locate, it's easy to track down, but there's things that you have to do energetically in order to transform from your old self to your new self and be able to sustain it. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about parts of belief, because essentially this is a belief. Being unworthy of love is a belief, and it's a powerful belief, because this belief can either get you to go towards growth or get you to sabotage your own growth, where you never actually have growth. So you can either go towards what you call happiness, or you can actually never claim your happiness, because you don't have a pathway that says, I'm going to search for happiness. No, that's not how it works. Happiness is not something on the GPS, like where there's an address and you have to plug in an address and you have to go to find a ship or a plane or transport yourself to that thing. No, you actually just claim happiness. And when you claim happiness, you receive happiness. But that's the thing. People don't claim it, because you have to actually claim the love. Because there's no way for you to feel happy if you don't feel loved. So let's start off the process by first talking about when you first get here. As a child, when you first get here. When you first come here, you come with basically like a blank page. But it's not actually a blank page. You actually come with a blank page on the screen, but a software program is running in the background that's going to start drawing things up, drawing things out, because the first teacher that's programming you is going to be your mother. So you're already coming with a set of programs that your mom already has, that is sending to you based on your umbilical cord, based on the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions that the mom is experiencing while you're in utero. So this is the most powerful thing for you to realize, is that it's not a waste of time, that 9 months. That 9 months is cooking the ingredients that are forming the person that you are going to become. So when you arrive here, you realize that the goal, there's really only two goals. And the main goal is to either go towards love, to receive that love and express it out. You're going to receive the love, you're going to express it out. That's my goal, to receive as much love as I possibly can from all over and to express it back out. That's my goal. I don't want to do anything else. I just want to how can I show the screen of space, everything around me, that I am love? Okay? This is the problem. When you come into filters, a whole filtration system that stops you from being able to be in the flow at every moment in time, point in space. So let me express to you the first thing. The first thing that we're going to talk about is why you feel unworthy of love. This is based on esteem. You're supposed to esteem yourself. You're supposed to praise yourself. You're supposed to affirm yourself. But there's so many people that teach you low self-esteem beliefs. And these self-esteem beliefs are actually very common. It's not like they're some far off thing that you got to go find. And you're thinking to yourself, well, maybe this is like, no, it's not like that. There's common ones that everybody has, starting with the most important and the most common that I see, that I hear, that I feel, and that is, I'm not good enough. I am not good enough stops a whole lot of creation in this world today. Just by you not believing you're good enough. Do you know what you do not do? You do not speak. You do not create. You do not build. You do not write. You do not bake. You do not cook. You do not teach. There's so many things that you do not do because you feel like you're not good enough. You do not love. You do not affirm. You do not affection. You do not display affection. You do not express anything that's positive, that can build, inspire, motivate. You don't do it. You know why? You don't think you're good enough. That's the first thing. Now, the issue with these esteem beliefs, low self-esteem beliefs, is that they're false. Have you ever seen a belief? Ask yourself, have you ever actually waken up and seen a belief? Where is I'm not good enough? Can you show me where I'm not good enough is at? Is it on your shirt? Is it on your pants? Is it on your wrist? Like, what, is it on the wall? No. Next one. I'm not important. Can you show me where I'm not important? Well, I'm looking. Like, is there a hat? Is there a car? Like, what is it? It's a belief, right? I'm not good enough. I'm not important. How about mistakes? Mistakes and failures are awful. They're bad. When you're a child, the worst thing that you can possibly do is make a mistake. If you're playing a sport in front of your parents, the worst thing that you can possibly do if you're playing basketball is miss a shot, or if you're kicking a goal, or is miss the goal. If you're running track, is come in last or second place. Lose. If you lose, it's the worst thing. Because failures are bad. That's belief. How about if I make a mistake, I'll be rejected. So if I miss this shot, nobody's gonna like me. If I miss this game winner, the last shot of the game, all right, it's for everybody. I've had this multiple times. I've had opportunities to win a game in front of my mom. She came to watch me, lost the game, missed the free throw. Now all of a sudden I'm rejected. How and why would you think that you can't miss a shot? That you can't go to make a deal, but this deal falls through or didn't work out? You can't just go make another one? It's a belief. I'm gonna keep going. How about you're an accident? This is one of the worst ones that I've seen, especially in different cultures. They think it's a joke, like a running joke, to tell your children that you're an accident. That mom and dad didn't plan to have you. No, you planned to have me. All right? You plan to lay it down, put it down, go out on a date, do whatever you want to do, to have sex and produce something. And then, hey, it happened to be me. Don't sit there to act like it was some random, you got an insertion and then this is what happened. Oh, Pop, my belly's big and I have a child. Shut that shit up. Don't do that. Like, that's just it's actually kind of undermining a person's intelligence. And it just makes you look like some ignorant fool to say some stupid shit like that. And this is personal because my mom and dad used to do it too. Make jokes about it. It's not funny. Am I upset? Like, am I mad about it? No, I'm past that. I love my mom, I love my father. Now their mom or their father, they may have done it to them. You see? So I have to look at it from, you got that behavior because somebody did it to you. Somebody said it to you. That's why I don't have any hold of animosity or hold of any anger. Most people don't understand it from that perspective, though. And I look at it from someone taught this person that then taught me. There's a trains, each one teach one. So if each parent teaches parent, you see what I'm saying? So your parents were taught by their parents, who were taught by their parents. It's a lineage, it's going all the way down. So once you can understand the things that you say, sit with your children. It sits with your kids for the rest of their life. Unless you go in and you tell them there's no conditions. But most parents don't do that. When have you gone up into your parents' room or came into the study or came into the living room and said, hey, mom and dad, do y'all love me unconditionally? They didn't even know what that means. See? Do you even know what no conditions, having no conditions means? That means that you don't have to qualify for me to love you today. You don't have to qualify from going to this school, having this career, having this job, making this much amount of money, okay? Marrying this person, having this spouse, having this many kids, living in this city or this community, living next to me, living over here, this profession, okay? A career, I believe, is a big one, for most people. Because I think people are looking at it from, they have to have a stamp of approval based on expectations that what their parents have done in the past. So their parents are looking at them to carry on the lineage of what they've done. And you don't look at it from uniqueness. You look at it from, I have to keep the system going in order to receive love. So you're separate from life. That's another low self-esteem belief, meaning you're separate from life, meaning you don't have any creation. You don't have any responsibility. You're just a victim. So you're just some separate victim. Everything's happening to you. It's just coming to you. See? You don't understand it's happening for you to learn. Because you're the creator that's guiding yourself towards mastery, self-mastery. You're mastering yourself. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you can understand yourself, that you're mastering yourself, and that when you have self-mastery, you realize there's no separation. That's what self-mastery is. You now can combine yourself to the whole. And now you can serve the whole in the way that you were built and that you were sent here to serve the whole. And when I say the whole, I mean the whole collective consciousness, not just yourself. Now, another one is there's not enough good to go around. I've lived in so many places and spaces where the majority of the community believes that there's not enough good to go around. They have this small pie chart type of thing. It's like they can only separate this much amount of food, of resources, of money. It's like you have your cut and your slice of the pie. Someone else has a bigger slice of the pie, but they don't realize that this pie is endless. It's infinite. There's no finite pie. It's really a lack of knowledge, mostly ignorance. If you realize, okay, take oil and gasoline. There's infinite amounts of oil. There's oil everywhere. There's so much oil over here. If y'all really knew that there was so much oil over here, would the cost of gasoline be this much? Would the cost of barrels of oil be this much? No. People just don't know. They think fossil fuel, which was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. You haven't even uncovered all the fossils yet. You haven't even uncovered the majority of landmass in this entire world on these continents has not been touched at all. The majority of has not been touched. The majority of oceans has not been explored or researched. This is huge. It's infinite. It just keeps going. So people will tell you something that you then believe. And what happens is a belief is simply just something that you put into a law for yourself. You accept it as a law for yourself. It's not a whole law. It's not a law for everybody. No. That's like somebody saying I'm allergic to strawberries. See, if it were a law, everybody in the world would be allergic to strawberries. But it's not a law. You made that up for yourself. That's what a belief is. You believe you're allergic to strawberries. It has nothing to do with the actual real world. You told your cells that then told the rest of your body that this is how you want it to behave and this is what you want it to do for you. That's based on your level of belief, your level of perception. That then gives you the experience that when you go to around strawberries, you're going to be allergic and then you're going to get sick. That's essentially what that is. Let's keep going. So there's also the belief, we live in We live in a limited universe, and that abundance is for a few people only. You only think Elon can get $1 billion. You only think people like Zuckerberg can get $1 billion. Billions of dollars, right? You only think Jeff Bezos can get $1 billion. That's not true. All they did was focus. They focused and they obsessed over solutions to problems that would solve large problems, large issues. That's what they did. They transformed the ways of people, of people's livelihood. They transformed the ways that people think. They transformed the ways that people do things. That's it. A lot of people, that's why they're billionaires. But people have the wrong perceptions. They have the wrong beliefs. They think that they can't do it. But this stems from, again, a lack of love. So, these low self-esteem beliefs, how do these low self-esteem beliefs show up in people's lives? Like, how do they show up, right? Like, what does it look like whenever you have a not good enough low self-esteem belief? What's it look like? I can tell you. You have these people who think that being successful is the only way that they can achieve anything in life. They have got to only have so many stacks of trophies inside their trophy case, trophy houses, trophy cars, right? Trophy women, trophy men. Men and women do it both sides do it. Trophy husband, trophy wife, trophy kids, trophy property, trophy land, trophy businesses, whatever it is, okay? They have to be so successful based on their achievements. Their achievements are what make them good enough to receive love. That's the key, okay? It's not just having achievements. It's your achievements what make you good enough for you to now be worthy to receive love. That is the key. So that's the first thing. You're gonna see people like this. All right, workaholics. All right, I'm gonna stay in the office for an extra 10 hours today. I'm gonna stay on the phones. I'm gonna keep on calling. I'm gonna keep on doing it. I'm gonna keep on trying. Because I try as hard as I possibly can in order to be successful. Because if I don't try as hard as I possibly can to be successful, I'm not going to be good enough to receive love. That's a low self-esteem. That's a low self-esteem. You can see it loud and clear. CEOs, C-level executives, you can see it in anyone, entrepreneurs, celebrities, professional athletes. You can see it in any of that. Something that has to have approval from somebody on the outside. Okay? So lots of money. Someone who's, my goal, I have to have a lot of money, a lot of followers, okay? Because I don't have enough of just me to receive love. But if I have a lot of followers, if I have 1 million followers, right? 500,000 followers, okay? If I make a lot of money, all right? I'm gonna be so worthy of everyone's love today, just because. That's why. Because of that. I have a resume now. And this is where it's a hindrance. Because if you ever ask yourself, what actually makes you great enough to receive love? Do you know? You should probably stop right now and just look at yourself and just say, what makes me great enough to receive love? What makes me great enough to receive love? Is there anything that I have to do? Is there anything that I attach to it? Because if you literally cannot stand in front of the mirror and say, what makes me great enough to receive love is I'm here, I'm alive. If you have anything other than just because, then you have a belief. That's a limiting belief. Because you're gonna have to set up every parameter the way that you want it, just so that you can qualify. Because you told yourself that just by you waking up, it's not good enough. This is where it starts. It starts the process of going downhill for you. You see? So these low self-esteem beliefs are what cause somebody not to take the action. They cause you not to go get the thing. They cause you not to ask. You have not because you ask not, because you have no love. You don't love yourself enough to ask for it. That's why you don't write the vision and make it plain. That's why you don't have a vision board. That's why you don't think in terms of 1 year, 5-year plan. You don't even think that you're going to be here tomorrow. You don't think that you're good enough to do something for today. So you skipped over the time that you have today. You skipped over all of it. You see? So now, let's think about this. Who's the biggest coach that you have inside your head? It's you. It's you. You're the most. Your voice is the most powerful voice in your world. Think about this. If people spoke to you the way that you spoke to you, you'd cut them off from being your friend. I want you to think about that. I'll say it again. If people spoke to you the way you spoke to you, you would cut them off from being your friend because you would be so disgusted with what they were saying to you. Why is it that the people on the outside, you're going to get mad, you're going to blame, you're going to shame, you're going to be reactionary, you're going to be defensive? Why don't you look in the mirror? Have you ever heard yourself speak to yourself? Do you know what you say to yourself every single day? How's it sound? How's it come up? You're your number one fan, number one supporter. You can walk through a dark alley and you got yourself. Or you're gonna walk through a dark alley and you're gonna succumb to whatever you claim is gonna happen because of your wrong use of imagination. You literally imagine yourself into turmoil, into chaos. So you don't know how to be your number one fan. You don't even know what that means. Because you sat there the entire time thinking that in order to love yourself, you have to put yourself down. Talk to yourself in a negative way. Talk down to yourself, right? Come on. You know, my mentee, she called me, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. And she asked me, she said, how does it sound, whenever you are supportive of yourself? Like what would me not being my negative inner critic, but being my number one fan sound like? And I said, if you were running a 400 meter, it was the last 100 meters, okay? And if you were the normal negative critic, it would say, come on, let's go, come on. But it would be attacking you when it says, come on, you ain't doing enough, come on, you got more, come on. You would you're sitting there looking at yourself and you're like, gosh, like I'm saying, I'm not good enough. You have to be able to look at your own self and say, am I celebrating what I'm doing right now? The last 100 meters, it's important. You can say, come on, let's go. But just how you're coming at yourself, right? I said, try this. I said, you got the last 100 meters. And it's like, you just gonna come up, repeat on repeat. You got it. You're already there. You got it. You're already there. You already won. Come on. You got it. Keep going. Push yourself. Right? You're not sitting there saying, come on. It's almost like you're just in a bad way. Yeah, everybody knows you got more to give. Celebrate it. Celebrate yourself. Smooth. Look at that speed. Look at that distance, right? Just, you know what I'm saying? Stance. Just start celebrating yourselves. How you look, how you feel every morning. You should wake up in the morning, you should say, I feel great. I look great. I feel great. You have got to affirm yourself. That's why overnight, I tell people overnight, you have to play the things that are not critical of you. Play the habits that you want to speak to yourself with that are going to uplift you and inspire and motivate you. So let me describe to you, and this is a four things that I see people are the most critical about. And I've gone through and I've watched this. I've actually gone through and just watched people from afar, from a distance, where I'm in the gym, where I'm in the grocery store, wherever I'm at. And people talk on the phone, in the office building. The first thing is competence. Competence. People are so critical about their competence. What is competence? Just how good I am, my skill level in something, my ability in something. People say they should be better to receive love. I should be better at this thing. I just started it yesterday, but I should be phenomenal at this. I just started boxing yesterday, but I should never ever get hit ever, because I'm like Floyd Mayweather, like I'm like the fastest on the planet. Like you just started yesterday, though. See? So how you supposed to say you're supposed to be better? That doesn't make sense. That makes no sense. How can you be better? You start yesterday. So let me tell you, when you first start something, you're gonna suck. You won't have any competence. You haven't done enough. You haven't experienced enough. So should you actually be better to receive love? No, that's impossible. That's a misperception. That's a wrong limiting belief that you hold as an inner critic of your own self. You do not need to be competent in something that you just started. You need to keep going. You need to keep going. You need to keep getting better at it. Keep getting better, going brick by brick every single day. Climb up the ladder. All right? Take it to the top of this view. There's always going to be a higher mountain. There's always going to be a higher mountain. I'm just telling you. There's always going to be a higher skyscraper, a higher building. You got to keep going. So, competence. I should be better to receive love. That's the first part of the inner critic. The second part, your body. Something's wrong with my body that's making me unworthy to receive love. Women and men, both. Men, steroid users. All right, y'all getting injections. Y'all getting all types of surgeries to alter yourself. Women, surgeries to alter yourself. Botox, BBLs, fake breasts, implants of all types. Something's wrong with your body so that you can receive love. So you're thinking, I need to change and alter my hair. I need to cut all my hair off. I need to get a wig. I need to do something in order for me to receive love. That's why you do it. There'd be no other reason why you do it. If you already got love, you already love yourself, you would not make any choice to do any of that. You would not alter your face. You would not alter your eyebrows, your eyelashes, your skin. You would not do any of that. And I'm just telling you, if people never came to you to actually ask yourself, do you love yourself? So you could never actually express yourself to yourself, that no, you did not. You thought you had to qualify. And the way you thought you had to qualify was to do an alteration to yourself. That's why you had the surgery. That's why you went in and you went under the knife and you said, I'm gonna do this thing because I didn't have enough capacity for love. Now in my past videos, I talk about what's the capacity. It's called orgasmic potency, which basically says you can surrender to the climax of the sexual act. But this is the thing. The sexual act can be just creating something, writing something down on a piece of paper. That's creation. That's two things combining, and I'm expressing my energy, transferring my energy here. Anything. See, that's potential. Now I'm looking at energy in a different place, in a different way. And I'm saying that my body is a part of this whole thing. So if my body is great already, and I love my vessel, okay? If I really love my vessel, I'm gonna make my vessel the sharpest, the most wonderful, the most healthy. I'm gonna treat it with respect and admiration because I love myself. And I'm not doing it for the outside, I'm doing it for me. I'm not gonna go in and go change it because the outside is forcing me or telling me I need to look a certain type of way. No. Like people who get implants, this is the thing that drives me up the wall sometimes. Like you went to get an implant, now you go to the gym. But if you just went to the gym, you would need the implant. I'll say it again. You literally went to the gym after you got implants, because you said you had to keep yourself healthy, right? And looking fit. If you just went to the gym in the first place, there'd be no need for the implant. It doesn't make sense. But to you in your mind, it does make sense. Instant gratification. If I can just transform myself right now, why not? Okay. By all means, go ahead. If that's what you think, go ahead. It's your critic. No one's telling you anything else else. You're telling yourself that. You're making your world, you're shaping your world the way you want to shape your world. So that's the second thing. Competence is first. I should be better to receive love. Second is going to be my body. Something's wrong with my current body that makes me unworthy of love. So I have to alter it. Third is going to be identity. Something's wrong with me, my identity, something that I can't change, right? So my color, okay, like, hey, I'm black. I'm not gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, I gotta go to be pale tomorrow. Like my entire skin has to change in order for me to receive love. You've seen people who do it, they bleach their skin. Okay, they didn't come in like that, but they're like, I have to change because I don't know what else to do. I have to be worthy to receive love. I'm not a woman. I'm a man, but if I can go to have the surgery and I can alter myself, and now I can be a woman, then me being a woman is going to allow me to receive love. Me being a man, right? I'm a woman, but now if I can change and I can be a man, then I'm worthy to receive love as a man. Like, just think about that. It starts in your head, okay? These things that you cannot actually change naturally, like we can't naturally just have a process and say, I'm gonna wake up and I'm just gonna go to a woman. Like, you gotta go to have an alteration. You gotta have somebody come in there with the belief that this is right for you to go do. Cut yourself open and change yourself up. No. So literally, your competence, how good you are at a skill, your body, and then your identity. Now, this is the fourth one. Relationship. You can put relationship or you can actually put association. So I'll put association, okay? So you can say association, and this is whenever you say, I am worthy of love if blank. Insert one of the three we just talked about. Competence, body, and identity. So, okay, association. I'm worthy of love if I'm the top of my class, if I'm the magna cum laude or whatever, right? If I graduate, then I'm the valedictorian, or if I'm the homecoming queen or something, okay? Like, body. I'm worthy of love from the light heavyweight bodybuilding champion. Okay, I'm worthy of love if I have a 45-inch vertical leap and I can jump out the gym, or if I'm a world record holder in a 100-meter sprint and I can go 9.7 or whatever on 100 meters, or I made the Olympic team today or something, and I'm a gold medalist, I'm 6'5", right? Or I'm 5'11", or whatever it is. You checking your stat. I used to do it. I used to be marking, stand up in there and do the marker and see how tall I am. Like, I'm worthy of love if I get to 6 feet. What if I don't? Right? I'm worthy of love if I get to 7 feet. What if I don't get to 7 feet? I'm worthy of love if I'm 200 pounds. Okay, well, what if I'm 195? See, like, that's another thing. Okay, and then your identity. I'm worthy of love if my hair is long and I am a thin model woman, but I'm a man. Now you see where the transgenders, all this stuff, it's like there's sickness is coming in. It's not really a sickness. It's mostly just your mind. You're too far over the threshold. So, I mean, you can call it acidosis because you're just going to be acidic. It's based upon your thought process. You're going to be too far on the spectrum. You're no longer at neutral. My identity. What about my voice? I need to deepen my voice. I need to raise my voice. I can speak like a little mouse. I can speak like light. Or I can just speak like myself and love how I speak. This is my natural voice, right? That's the first three, one of the three. But the problem is not actually one of the three. It's not actually what you put inside the blank. It's actually the word if. I am worthy of love. If. So that means that you're not worthy of love because you said if. If you would have said I'm worthy of love, then that's it. Because I'm me. I'm here. Because I'm worthy of love. And so if somebody says, why are you worthy of love? If you don't answer back and say, I am, because I am. That's the answer, because I am. If you've never actually sat there and thought about that, you're going to have to keep finding something to insert because you said, well, if. You're not there today. So what happens to people, right? What happens to people? They start covering themselves up. They start shielding themselves because it hurts when you don't have love. It hurts whenever you don't feel like you're appreciated. It hurts when you don't feel like you're supported because all of this is coming from your parenting. Okay, so what is a parent's actual job? What's a parent's job? A parent's job, to me, is to keep your children safe and to let them grow up and be whatever they choose to be. Not to influence them in any way, shape, or form. Not to say, hey, your uncle was a professional baseball player and I was a professional, basketball player. So, indirectly, you're telling your son or daughter, you can be whatever you want to be. But indirectly, you're basically saying, son, it'd be so great if you were a professional athlete too. Preferably when what your father was, so I can be so happy for you because that was what I was. But it's like, you didn't actually say that, but you said that energetically. You gave them an expectation that they're only going to receive this love if they actually follow the same process that you want. But what if they don't want to be a professional athlete? What if they want to be a baker or a cook, right? Or an artist or a writer? They don't have any drive to go outside and get hit, to go out and run back and forth, to shoot baskets. They have no drive to do any of that. They don't. Is that okay with you? Are you okay with that? Can you handle that? Because see, at what price do you have to pay to allow your kids to be what they want? What's it gonna cost for you, okay, energetically, to allow your children to be what they want? Hey, I was a salesman. I made $50,000, annually for years. Your mother and I, we had a really great living. We had a nice little suburban town home and everything. Our house, where we got to raise y'all in and all this stuff. But you're like, I don't know, Mom. Hey, I think I want to be a billionaire. I want to have like 5 yachts and like a private jet, and I want to have like 100,000 acres on the side. I want to have like a castle over here. You think your mom and dad's gonna say, "Great job, honey"? No, they're not, because they expect you to follow the same thing that they went through. That's what they know. It's success. So it's almost like you'll stop yourself just because you want to have the love from your parents that you've been seeking this entire time. But you shouldn't have been worried about the love from your parents. You should have been worried about the love from yourself. Because the love from yourself is the love from the source of all there is. That's the most important love for you to receive on a daily basis. Not the love from mom and dad, sister and brother, aunt, uncle, grandma or grandpa. It's the love from the source. Now, let's go back to where I first started. I said about the mask. The mask is what happens when you first come in here and you're expected to be something based on what you were assigned at birth. Your mom said, "Oh, she looks just like me." Your father said, "Oh, he shapes just like me. He's gonna be a great this. She's gonna be a great that." There's your stamp expectation. Now, if you don't fulfill that expectation, you're gonna think at every moment in time, point, and space that you do not receive love because you're not worthy of it, because you don't have the mask that they stamped you with. They didn't even give you a chance to see what kind of fruit was gonna come out if they gave you the right environment to grow into. You don't even know what your fruit tastes like, what it feels like, how nourishing it is. What is your actual expression? You don't know that. You don't know what music you like. How do you move? You don't know any of it because you were never given the opportunity to figure it out for yourself. Because your parents stamped you with this. So now what happens when you take off the mask? Here's where it starts to get interesting. The mask is your shield. So look at the mask as the money and the prestige. Because when you have money and prestige, you can't argue with people's success. So the more money that you have, the more that you can accumulate. Oh, nobody's gonna challenge you because you have enough ability to invest in this and invest in that, and you don't have to be exposed to anything. You don't have to be vulnerable. You don't have to be accountable. You don't have to be transparent. So you don't have to be authentic because you got so much accumulation. You never have to be vulnerable. No, because I have a shield. It shields my money and my success, and I can hide behind my money, my success, and my prestige. That's the first thing. And then you have the perfectionists that walk around and they say everything right. They say everything right, they do everything right. You can look at their lifestyle, they eat everything's perfect that they eat. Their kids are going to the nicest schools and everything. They're driving the best cars, right? And their career is so successful and they're helping humanity and they're just such wonderful people. They're just so perfect. Yeah, they're just so perfect. So you actually go into their house and you realize that they walk around like roommates every single day, but you've never been in there because they don't let you in there. They put on the mask. All of them do. You've walked in a house like that. You've walked in a house where it's tense, it's tension, because nobody's free. That's the second one. There's another shield. How about the angry? How about the angry shield, huh? The one you got everybody walking on eggshells. Is everything okay? Right? You gotta keep your distance because, he or she is just gonna be angry today. They having a bad mood. They having a bad day. So you put on the angry shield. Just don't ask me how I feel today. Don't ask me anything. Don't assume anything. It's another shield. Then how about the invisible one? Don't be noticed. Just fall in line. This is called conformity. This basically means that you are now dead. Because once you have conformity, you now say, forget my uniqueness, my authenticity. I'm gonna do everything that person to the left and to the right does, so I don't want anybody to come in to see the real me. No vulnerability. How about the people-pleasing person? Everyone's happy around me, so you don't notice me. Because everybody's happy and everything's great. So because everything's happy and everything's great, no one actually notices that I'm not great on the inside because I don't feel loved on the inside. You don't even worry about that because I'm passing out the love. I'm passing everything out. I'm doing everything. Is everything okay? Is everything great? How is everything? How is such and such? How is this and that? How is this and that? Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I help you? Can I go sit down somewhere? Because you're overdoing it because you ain't did it enough for yourself. That's why. That's a prime, this is the majority of people in this society today. You will see it, left and right, everywhere you go, you will see people pleasing. It's not people pleasing at all, it's just fear. It's just, I'm afraid to show myself, I'm afraid to be vulnerable to physical and emotional attack. I'm afraid that if I take this mask off, you're going to pull the rug and you're going to pull the love away from me. So I have to keep this facade up for as long as I possibly can. Now, the thing about these things is it's tiresome. You're gonna get tired. You're gonna get tired. Because all this right here is called swimming upstream. You're swimming upstream. And that stream is gonna keep coming. Because if you've ever gone in the water rafting, you've been rafting and man, that current will take you. You're gonna have to figure out a way to fight yourself back because water is the most powerful thing in this universe. If it's used correctly, it's powerful. It moves you. It moves things. If you drop water from a skyscraper from 4 stories, it'll crush a vehicle. So you think about it, all these cover-ups, all these shields, all right? What do these cover-ups and shields cause? All of these cover-ups and shields are gonna cause you to have soothing. You need to be soothed. Because you can't just be hard all the time with a shield. You have to have something, right? That's gonna allow you to soothe yourself so that you can keep on putting the shield up. This comes in form of sex. You'll see sex, you'll see alcohol, you'll see relationships. People get into constant relationships, just jumping. So 2 weeks, I met this person. But then they started to see who I really was. I gotta cut them off. I gotta go get another one. I can do it all over again. Soothing. Texting. You see people that just they can't even call someone on the phone. They'll just text, just texting back and forth. Gaming. Someone just living on the sticks. Your hands are weak. All you do is just stare at the screen all the entire time. Gaming. Soothing. Shopping. Shopping's another one. You can soothe yourself with shopping, buying the next new thing to see if I can buy some more love, if I can buy some more attention, if I can buy some more affection. And then drugs, any type of drugs. Opioids, sleeping pills, pharmaceuticals of every kind, fast food, because fast food is essentially drugs. Laced with pharmaceuticals inside of them, MSG and other things, addictive chemicals that they put inside fast food. So that's it. You'll see soothing. And then what happens in this soothing is you find another tribe of people that all prefer the same thing. So you have people who prefer over sex, right? You have people who prefer alcohol, happy hours. They call them happy hours, with the sad hours, right? You bonding over wine and spirits, bonding over a beer at a baseball or football game, bonding over sex. You can see in the podcast, you have the podcast now, you have the porno stars, the pornography stars, the sex workers. The reason why you're doing it is because it's soothing. It's soothing because you were not worthy of love. How about relationships? People that jump from one to the next, always blaming the person on the outside. Oh, I can't find a good man because there's no good men in the world anymore, or there's no good women in the world because women don't know how to act. If cheat person and the person don't, okay, well then you're gonna have both sides. Gaming. You have gaming, right? People that just live on the sticks, live with the headphones on, and they just living in that, shoot them up, first person shooters, all that, gaming, texting. Someone that you don't know the person's voice. You never heard it before. When you meet them in person, it's almost like they're a foreign person to you. But you've been talking to them for weeks, just texting. You never heard a person's voice on the phone? Well, they don't talk. They're too afraid. That's vulnerability. You see? Shopping. I'm gonna buy the next thing when the new J's come out, right? You know all the dates for all the shoes. See, I'm telling you. And how silly is that? Something from the outside. Drugs. That's running people crazy at this moment in time. You have about 100 million prescriptions served for 300 million people in this country every year. Depression, right? Anxiety, ADHD, all these things that people created because they don't want to pay attention to anybody. ADHD, ADD. You got somebody in the wrong environment and you're saying give them a pill instead of putting them in the right environment because you don't want to pay attention to them. You don't want to put any intrinsic value on this person. You don't want to customize a lifestyle for them. Everyone's different. You stop with standardized testing. Stop with standards of anything. You can't standardize anything because everybody's different. We have basic chemistry, sure, basic needs, but then our expressions from those basic needs are going to be different. So you have the cover-ups, you have the soothing. I want you to think of it like this, all right? Your body has 12 systems. Your 12 systems are like a board of directors. And this board of directors works on energy flow. And it brings in and then expresses love. So it brings in love and it expresses love. This is your board of directors. Your board of directors can be your CEO, which is, say, your CNS, nervous system, central nervous system. Then you'll have your creativity, right? Then you'll have your security. Creativity can be like your heart, okay? What really makes you passionate. Security, it can be like your thymus gland, all right? It helps you keep your immune system, your lymphatic system, security, right? You have like your style, your expression, your skin, your muscle tissue, just how you are expressing yourself out. Communication, your throat, thyroid, these energies that all connect to themselves in terms of your 12 systems, your body's 12 systems. You have a simple board of directors that's governing. They have a lifetime access to you. They have key cards to any and everything. They never ever are shut out unless you decide to vote them out. What does that mean? That means that you're gonna vote out your creativity because your parents said that it's wiser for you to be a lawyer or for you to go get a corporate job, for you to go get some security in your lifetime. So you blocked out, I love to do art and I love to draw and I love to design clothing and I love to do other things so I can express my art. But you can't express it out to have this job though. That ain't gonna work because that doesn't fit here. That's not what we do here. So you gotta go into your mind and you gotta say, hey, creativity, you gotta turn it down for a little bit because I have to do it this way so I can be successful, so I can receive the love. And it's confused, like, what do I do? Right? Like I'm just here, like I don't know. But you say, no, because I have to have this. Because if I take this mask off and allow you to come and be creative, right, then I'm gonna lose the love that's coming in. So you have to take the mask off first in order to bring in the love. So all of a sudden, you're gonna have a war in your board of directors. Who is that? Your body's 12 systems. Now you see why you get sick. You're getting sick because, well, what about security? Well, my thymus gland. Like I'm not sure about my immune system, because I have to still do this thing though, because I'm getting success, I'm getting money, I'm living here, it's good, but it's like, are you happy though? No, no, you're probably not that happy. Yeah, because you blocked off the communication. Oh, I can't hear myself. Well, how are you speaking? Is this what you really wanted to say? Are you saying what you really want to say? Oh, no, because I can't. Because if I do that, I'll take the mask off and then I'm going to lose the love again. No, you're not going to lose the love. That's when you first actually start to receive the love because you're choosing inner security, not outer security. You're choosing the love from the self, from the source of all there is, the expression that comes from your solar plexus. You're choosing that love, not the love that comes from the outside. That's not real. You see, you're being seen from one only eye. There's one only eye. Everything is conscious. The table is conscious. The whiteboard is conscious. This marker is conscious. The phone that you're watching me on is conscious. Everything's conscious. So if I can look at myself and change how I go out into the screen of space and appear on the screen of space, and I look at everything as it's conscious, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, wait, it's reacting to whatever I'm putting out. So if I actually become love, it's gonna love me back. So when I first got here and my parents yelled at me, and I assumed that they yelled at me because I wasn't worthy of love, I didn't know that they were yelling at me because they were having a bad day. They didn't tell me that they were having a bad day. They made me feel like it was my fault. They made me feel like I was the one that caused them to have a bad day. They made me feel like I'm the one that got them fired. I'm the one that made their journey of making money harder. I thought it was on me. I thought I did it to them. I thought I was the problem. I was the burden that they couldn't handle. And I was the cause of all of their misery. I thought it was me. Because nobody came to me and said, hey, I'm just going through it today. I'm sorry, I don't know the answer to your question, but I'm sure whenever I have time, I'll get it for you. They never came to do that. So parents, you have to be the person that goes in and says, no matter what, I love you unconditionally. No matter if you fail, no matter if you flunk, no matter if you don't score, no matter if you missed a shot, doesn't matter. I love you anyway. That separates them from the accusation, from the assumption that they're going to make in their mind that because they have to do this thing to be worthy of love, that ultimately they're not worthy of loving themselves. All of it stems from when somebody came in, they yelled at me, I got grounded, I got punished, and I associated everyone's misery with me being the cause. And then it trickled down to, I can't even wake up and love myself. That's what happened. You have a responsibility to protect your children, to make them safe, but also to seed them and to foster an environment that allows them to grow into whatever flower of expression that they want. Do not make it your choice. Do not make it your responsibility. Do not make it about you. That ain't your job. That's nature's business. It's not your business. That's nature's business. Once you have them, they come through you. That's it. Now you gotta give them back to nature. Tell them how to fish for a lifetime. Tell them how to eat for a lifetime, grow for a lifetime. Walk here, judge things properly, which is no judgment at all. Tell them how to be neutral. Tell them how to wake up and say, I love myself today. I love myself every day. And I guarantee you're gonna start to love yourself even more. Because that's what I believe is the problem. Parents don't love themselves. Your parents didn't love you. That's why. If this video helped you guys, like, share, subscribe. Also, if you're looking for a detoxification solution, cellular cleansing, click the link below in my description. I have Awaken, daytime formula, Replenish, nighttime formula. I'll be doing monthly subscriptions for my cellular cleanses, meaning you can receive a bottle every month, also a guidebook, and join my newsletter as well. And if you're looking for a raise in your consciousness, new level of knowledge, every month, at the end of every month, I have my Become More Alkalign Challenge. And also, if you're looking for a high value, high profile person, generational health program, also look at my description below. Enjoy my VIP generational health program and how to create generational health to create generational wealth for yourself and your family. Other than that, let's get these beliefs under control, under your control, and change them so that now you can go towards growth, not go towards limitation. You guys deserve it. You guys deserve to be whatever you want to be in life. But this is how you really get to become whatever you want to be in life. It's based on what you believe. All right? Until next time.